we do a scholarship, an essay scholarship, and I'm in the middle of it right now, to be honest. And I'm not going to pay to have a search for AI just because we don't, it's once a year. It's not a big scholarship. It's not worth the extra cost. But as I've been going through and reading some of them, I'm just like, this is way from the quality of the essays I got last year versus now. Do you, in your opinion, do you think we disqualify those that we have a strong feeling was written with AI? What are your thoughts on that?
Here's sincerely, this is one of those forethought, am I saying the word right? Forethought things that you need to think about for next time. I don't think you can disqualify them because you didn't tell them not to use it and you didn't tell them they couldn't use it. I think next year when you do this, you say, hey, we know you're going to use it. That's fine. Here are the ways that you can use it. These are all within the rules. This is the way we want this to help you. And if we if it looks like you're not using it to help you, you're using it to do it, then you're going to be disqualified. And by then, maybe we will I just don't think so. But if you put it on the table and say, you know what? You may choose to use this. And here is what will help you. And, you can use it for research unless it lies to you. You can use it for helping you organize an outline. You can use it for checking your grammar and spelling and maybe revising a little bit. You got to remember if you're dealing with kids too, when I've been asking people how they're using ChatGPT, you wouldn't believe when they're anonymous in their survey, the number of people say, I helped it with my kids' homework. I used it for my kids' homework. So parents were always helping with this stuff. If you're using it for kids, they were writing their homework before this and people were cheating before this. But now the parents are using it to write the kids' stuff and it's worse. So it may be generic, but I don't think this year, my heart says this year, you can't do it because you didn't address it.
I saw something, and I don't know if I really know how to utilize it, but I saw something where somebody did in the prompt. So, like your prompt read, if you were, if it was electronic, let's say, that they put in there something crazy. So if it was like a giant, you know, I don't even know, tower eats bananas on Wednesday or something, and then they made it clear, and then they put it inside the prompt so that when they searched or when they like copied it and then put it into ChatGPT, then it anyway. So they were able to take the content and then put it back in and see it was essentially like it was showing up. And they were able to detect that this person utilized ChatGPT for this prompt or, what I'm saying? So I don't know how it worked. Like I said, I just saw it happen where they were like putting something crazy in there. We know you're cheating. And then when they put it in there and then they took their response and then put it back in there, they could somehow see that. I don't know. I probably am not making any sense. But essentially, it was a way to like detect it.
Well, I agree that there are some ways to detect it. And I think that the biggest challenge I have about this, and I speak to teachers a lot and teacher organizations, principal organizations, schools, you're creating a atmosphere of distrust. Like, we're going to catch you. We're going to make it so we trick you and catch you if you're cheating. And not that we don't want to catch the cheaters, but the cheaters have always been there. There's a whole industry of people who used to do write essays for people, and they're broke. They used to do it in other countries, and a whole group of people, nobody's paying them anymore. They were already cheating, and now they're cheating on their own and saving themselves some money, right? So if you go in there and you say, I've got ways to catch you, you're creating distrust. I would rather see you say, I know you're going to use it. You're allowed to use it. We want you to use it if you would like to, but we'd like to balance this out. These are your rules. These are your guidelines for using it. Same thing on your staff, y'all. You have people who are ashamed to use it and they're embarrassed and they're not telling anybody and they're using it. So don't create that world of distrust. Say, these are the guidelines. It's okay. We want to teach you how to live within these guidelines, and we all want to enable ourselves to take advantage of this. So that's my thought, is because teachers are like, they're going to cheat. And there's more often a false result on real essays than there is on the fake ones, right? They catch more, they say more real ones are AI written than AI ones are real written, right? So until we have a definitive answer, we can't do it. But getting rid of that distrust and acknowledging that it exists, I think, is the best way to go. But of course, you're going to have to do that in advance to make sure that, rather than just saying, I read this, it's too good, you're busted, or it's too plastic, you're busted, is not really fair, because they didn't know that they couldn't, and putting it out there. That's my thought, and that's what I tell education. And one of the things I'm worried about, I'm sorry, I keep talking, go if you need to. But one of the things I'm worried about is that politicians and legislative bodies will systemize this distrust and systemize limitations that don't make sense. They're just more political or come from a place of fear versus come from a place of understanding and growth, because it's here. Y'all, I don't care what you think about it. It is here, and we need to deal with it.